live, uncut. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I love being black. All right, people, this is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we at. Come on in, come on in.
You already know, you already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. 872-299-0808. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in, come on in. 872. All right, come on in, people. We live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth, shame the devil. All right, let me connect my phone to the board. Yep. Come on in, come on in. We know what it is.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, people. All right, all right. All right, we're a little early tonight. We ain't got to be all night talking. We talking about Chicago politics 101. 101, 101. All right. JD in the house. Multitasking. Good evening, Martin. And YouTube. That's right. Brother D. Lawrence, what's up? Law in the house. Law in the house. Laying the law down. Sharon Hill. What's going on? All right, Miss Harris, I see you. I see you, beautiful. I see you. Marlena Williams, what's going on? Regina Sykes, what's going on, people? We live. Today is a rainy day. A lot of you guys sitting in the house tonight. You ain't got nothing to do but listen to me. That's all. You might learn some. We might learn some about these politics. Make sure you guys share the video. Again, share the video. Hit like and share. Subscribe to the video. I need you to do that. That would be greatly appreciated if you do. I tell you, we're live, uncut, unedited, and that's what's going on. All right. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Come on in. This is live.
You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth
and what?
And shame the devil.
I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in. Excuse me. Got this fan blowing on me. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. We live, people. We live, uncut, unedited. You don't know what you might hear. I don't know what you're going to say. We live from Chicago. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. All right, I got to tag up. I need you guys to start sharing your video. Share it. This is live, uncut, unedited. Share this video. Share it. I got 20-some people, 6 likes. I need you guys to like it. The more you like it, the more you push it up the algorithm. Yeah, come on with it. Come on in. Share the video, people. We live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. I got a call already. Somebody ain't playing tonight. Well, they want to be heard tonight. Somebody want to be heard tonight.
Hold it.
They want to be heard tonight.
I love being black.
All right, people. Listen. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna go to the acknowledge some more people. I'm just sharing the video. We got a call already. It's gonna be fired up tonight. Oh, they hung up. Call back. You gotta wait to listen to the prompts. Okay. I think they hung up. I'm not sure. Yeah, they hung up. Sorry, caller. You got to come on back and call back. Politics 101. All right, where are my political people at? In this space, we got the Democrats, we got the Republicans, we got the Independents, all right here under one umbrella. And don't forget, we black before we anything. Young people are watching us, they listening, they start calling in. Young people, you're welcome to call in too. Even if you think your question or whatever is dumb or stupid, call in. I don't care. Call on in. We need to hear from you. We definitely need to hear from you. All right, let me go to this Smooth Operator. What's going on, Smooth Operator? I see you. Tree Ray. What's going on? Tone, what's up, Tone? What's up, Tone? Mama Poppins, Mamacita on YouTube tonight. Appreciate you. What's up, Eric? Taco Tuesday, live, uncut, unedited, salsa and chips. Look out. Dr. Sanders, how you doing, Doc? Dr. K. All right, Dr. K in the house. Melody Payne, what's up, Melody? Melody be going hard. Bernard Phillips, what's up, Bernard Phillips? What's going on? What's going on with you? All right. His heart, God bless you. YouTube in the house. YouTube showing out tonight. Marla Williamson, what's up? Reginald, DJ Devious Baker, what's up, my bro? How you feel? Boogie Other Page, what's going on, bro? Man, I'm trying to live. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Cheryl Blakely, what's going on, Miss Cheryl? I see you. All right. Was that Mario Lola Robeson? Hope I'm pronouncing that right now. Don't get mad at me. Regina, I see you, Regina. All right. Let's see who else I got down up in here. Ron Gilmore, what's going on? We talking about Politics 101. Chester, Cheetah Hustler. I'm from Texas, and I love watching your show. My goodness, make sure you get some of your other friends to watch it too as well. Share, man. Share. Robin, what's up? Robin Shy Warner, what's going on? Peace and blessings. Lovely Evelyn Gardner, what's going on, Miss Evelyn? All right. Okay, I'm a poll judge for the election. I can't wait. It's going to be funny. It's going to be a good one. I tell you, it's going to be a good one. We out here, people, live, uncut. Keena Nicole. All right, I need some people to share it now. Share. This is election time, and we're going to do a little talking. We're going to do a little Democrat and Republican on here tonight. All right. That's what we're going to do. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's do our thing. How many people we got on here? All right, we got 29 people. We can get started. I'll tell you. I am going to 872-299-0808. Come on, call in. I'm looking for you, caller. Call in. I'm looking for you, caller, to call in and talk to me about some politics. All right. Okay, what we got? Somebody wrote a long page here. Hold on, let's CJ Moore. The lines are open. Hold on, let me see. CJ Moore, let me see what you got to say here. I'm going to read a little bit. I don't know if I'll be a reader. Welcome. Project 2025 is a federal policy agenda crafted by former Trump administration officials and the Heritage Foundation. Chat box It aims to racially,
Robin,
radically restructure
mhm.
the executive branch, promoting conservative stances that oppose abortion, okay, LBGTQ rights, immigrant rights, and racial equality. All right. The key document mandate for leadership is a 900 page manual outlining lining, the plans to recognize the federal government agency by agency. Ask me anything about Project 25, such as what are
Okay.
its goals?
I'm
Okay.
doing.
For the first day in office.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Hold on. I
Okay.
see. I'm reading. I'm trying to read a little bit that the caller wrote down. Wrote first, the Trump administration plan, as outlined in Project 25, includes various executive orders and actions aimed at rapidly advancing a conservative agenda. Key actions proposed include issues an executive order to roll back Biden era policies and regulations across various departments and agencies, intending to initiate a comprehensive review and reorganize of the federal government, immediately reinstate of Trump era immigration policies, including the enforcement of asylum protocols and significant restrictions on immigration enforcement uh, discretion. I'm sorry. The launch of executive orders aim at reshaping the environmental protection agency operations, halt grants to advocate groups and stop regulations detrimental to the agency intended mission, staffing the executive branch with political appointees ready to implement these plans promptly, emphasizing the necessity of having aligned personnel in key positions or to facilitate the immediate rollout of policies. All right. All right, people. That's enough of that. All right. Come on, caller. 00351. Come on, caller.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how are
This
you?
Robin.
Hey, Robin, how you
All
doing?
right.
Robin, you be going hard in the inbox. I have messages. You be going
Man, I'm
hard,
about to
girl.
tell
I
you
be seeing you.
today.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm about to tell you today. I am a Kennedy King College student.
Okay.
I went in today because they actually had a unions meeting to save the school. Oh my God. Man, I said the other day. Now, if they do not know, they trying to turn Kennedy King College to ESL, which means Espanol language education.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I'm finna put you on some game
Let me hear
and
it.
educate everybody. Oh, I got some new info for real. So I'm finna share
Come on with it.
me.
Come on with it.
So I am going to Kennedy King to get my GED.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
No problem.
To come to find out that our program is finna be gone in 2025.
Mm.
And I'm finna tell you why it's finna leave. See, us black people,
Not all
if
of
we
us.
don't have our high school diploma and it's a true fact, we ain't got enough on the sign-on list. And they're trying to get rid of the program and make it Espanol.
Mm.
I said today in the meeting, yes, I did. Mark, I said today in the meeting, and it brought me to tears. The union is sitting in there. You got teachers who listen. The one story is a teacher who teach mathematics, who have been teaching other teachers in adult ed to teach mathematics, but there's not enough resources or teachers, but it is to teach just mathematics. But they got hurt teaching other teachers mathematics and got hurt not in the specialty that she got her degree in, which is mathematics. She teaching science. Now let's talk some real shit.
Come on with it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So they union rep. So I asked the union rep. This is my question to him. I said, so are all teachers? I said, because City College is not the only colleges in the city of Chicago. I said, we got UIC, we got Loyola, we got Chicago State. Are they in this part of this union? And they said no, because they have their own union. And I said, whoa. I said, so have y'all ever thought about getting outside funds? I said, besides, do you know homeowners and taxpayers pay for this education? So he said, no.
You gotta hurry up, because I got another
He
caller.
said no.
You gotta land that plane now. Come on, because I got somebody.
All right. So he was like, no. He was like, no. We don't have. Then he said, because the majority of the funds of Kennedy King belongs to comes from federal. But they said Oliver Harvey, Richard Daley, and Malcolm X does have the fund, but they turning Kennedy King over to Espanol. And that was I said in the meeting today. Yes, I did. And then I told the teacher sitting next to me, I said, so where's your pension? Do you think you're going to get the pension, anything out of this? They taking the money out your account? I was like, you want us to rally for you. You know what I'm saying? The teachers and the CTU, but I'm feeling like city colleges does not need to be part of the city, does not need to be part of the teachers union, because we can take them funds and pay out of pocket.
Right.
I'm sorry. The same way I have to pay my $175 to take my GED.
I'm gonna have to stop you. Listen, I let you rattle on for 5 minutes. I got another call, and I don't want to be too rude. Maybe you can hold us and finish educating us about it. Okay. Hey, Doc, come on. 4703. Come on. Go ahead. 4703.
God bless.
Dr.
God
K.
bless.
How you
Hi,
doing?
Martin. How you doing?
All right.
Hey, well, as far as the Chicago Teachers Union, that's a part of CPS. Universities and colleges are totally different. They don't buckle in the same area. That's one thing. We do have a problem with, a lot of things that are going, like I shared with you, Martin, last week, that the few teachers came aboard and said that they wanted, that the administrators told them to pass the immigrants, no matter what grade they make. And that's a big battle right there. WGN Radio, we're talking about that. If you all type in WGN Radio, you will see that article that the teachers are very frustrated because the children that need the help is going to be overlooked. But now they want them to pass the immigrants, regardless of what grades that they receive.
And you're right.
Now,
and they were spoken today.
Ma'am,
yes.
one voice now. I'm gonna have to boot you off. Go ahead, Dr. K.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The second part is that we are in a serious dilemma, and we're going to have to pray and ask the Lord to guide us. And we have to pray for our system, because we're faced with a lot of debauchery, especially right now, approaching the election. Paying attention to everything that both of these candidates are saying, and you have a choice. You have a choice. If you vote, you vote. If you don't, you don't. But just know that you want the Lord to literally guide you, because in the Bible, it tells us to pray for our leaders of the world. We got to pray for them. So we have to be in tune to what's going on with healthcare. And Martin, I do remember you saying a while back, start holding these people accountable. Hold the president, vice president, mayors and governors and alderpersons and city councilmen. Hold these people accountable. And you don't do it by yelling and fighting and arguing. You spit the truth of what our rights are. So when you get ready to vote, take your time and ask the Lord to give you the right choice. If you say, hey, I don't want to vote for Kamala, I don't want to vote for Trump, that's your choice. Somebody's going to hate you. But know that we're in a very bad dilemma right now, and we've got to put it all into perspective. I hope all the people hear this. You all make promises to people in the community. Stop playing games. Stop lying. Stop manipulating people. We're the ones that can put you in office, and we're the ones going to have to vote you out when you don't do right. So we're dealing with these politics. Speak up on the facts. Find out how they're going to do this with that, and how they're going to move this over here. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. You got to write everything down, just like I did when they had the debate 2 weeks ago. I snapped all of the pictures of every question, and they ain't answering not one. They ain't answering not one. So the signifying about your mama, daddy, son, or cousin, that's not even, it's not necessary. So this time, think about it and look at their agenda, Project 25. Look at what Trump is saying. Look at what Kamala is saying. Look and read and research. I posted some things on Facebook on my wall. You care to go on there. And that's all I want to say, Martin, for the get ready to get on the prayer line. Love you, bro. Peace.
Thank you so much. Say a prayer for me too. All right. All right. Listen, people, 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808. This is live uncut. You're free to call in. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. You're welcome to call in, or independent or Green Party, whatever political affiliation you are. It's okay. You can definitely call in. We want to hear from you. This is a safe space where you can voice your opinion without getting beat up. All right.
Martin?
Yes. Now you just hold on. You got. Let me tell you something. Hold it. I mean, you started off strong, but then you lost me at the end. You got to talk about a whole lot of other stuff, and I got confused. So okay, but go ahead, sister.
What I was saying is, I don't really want to talk about the education system because I know it's messed up. I don't even want to talk about the healthcare system because I work in there. My son said this, Maurice, you remember we did the call in, mom and son?
Yeah, I remember
He's
that.
at work now. Okay, so he said, how about we need to do like put the phone down and pump the fist up. It's like, he was like, put the phone down, black out your phones, pump your fist up, and let's really get out of here and really get it and hit the streets. And I was surprised that he said that because I protested. And I really feel like I didn't even know that left a mark on them.
Has joined.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm for that. My son called it he said it's called he said let's have a blackout day. Then my son said let's have a blackout day, no social media, let's really get in these streets, pump our fists, and let's really protest. And let's really say what's really going on. He said, but we must have a blackout day. He said, because social media is a big problem. And then I didn't even know that my son don't even have no social media platform.
Okay, let me ask you a question real quick. Let me ask you a question. You said they want to change Kennedy King College to ESL, right? Somebody said ESL stand for English
ESL.
Second Language.
It's your language, yeah.
No, they say English Second Language. That's what it stands for.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what they say they're gonna do. That's where the majority of funding is, and this is due to the fact of they don't have enough black enrollment. And I'm proof of that. I'm sitting in class. And
okay, you ain't got to tell us that. I got another. Hold it, sis. Hold it. I got another caller. I don't want to leave it. Come on, Sarge.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? Politics 101.
Hey, I guess I didn't do a good enough job. No, it sounds like I'm screaming, but I didn't do a good enough job dismantling Trump's connection with the 2025 thing, because people are still on it, even after Mr. All these degrees and such said that J.D. Vance wrote the foreword. And I said, no, the foreword was written by Kevin Roberts, PhD, because I do have 2025 on my laptop. I could send it to you if you would like a copy to read yourself. Evidently, you didn't read it. But hey, you know, people, you know how people get. They get a couple of little letters behind their name with some college, and they get to thinking that they something. But yeah, now with the Kennedy King thing, that's just wrong. But I can understand it. Because, see, the high school I went to, Paul Robeson, it closed before it was actually closed for being torn down. It closed due to a lack of student enrollment in Inglewood. They had 88 students. I never forget this. They had 88 students in the whole high school. Now, if you know anything about Paul Robeson High School, you know Paul Robeson High School and Francis L. Parker, that's all one school. Now, Parker's that 4-level high school, the old building built in 1901, way back in the day. Paul Robeson was the high school that was built in 1977 that opened up right around the same time that Kennedy King opened up on 69th and Wentworth down there.
Come on, man. We need some substance, man. You're talking. Come on, let's get
I'm
it.
giving you substance. I'm giving you substance. The plan is to eliminate all of anything that will be an advantage to Black Americans. Didn't you notice they don't have any shop classes in the high school anymore? No home ec?
Yes.
No, none of that? Exactly. You're eliminating, everybody is not Joe College, but you can fix a car. People that can't fix a car, they can do some plumbing. People that can't do plumbing, well, they can do some electrical work, can't they? They used to have all of those trades in high school. You could graduate high school and you would literally be a journeyman. Educationally, you didn't finish the course. All you need is a job. They took all that out of the doggone public schools.
Preach.
So don't think, like I said, Martin, everybody's focused on the current with the Trump, Kamala, this and that. Start looking back in the day. Start looking at when midnight basketball disappeared. I know we all from Chicago remember that, don't we? They eliminated midnight basketball. So what them kids had to do late at night that had parents that were not concerned about where they were at? No supervision and nothing to do. See, when they had midnight basketball, those that could be out late like that, I wasn't one of them. I would have got the doggone black beat off me, but that's a whole other show. They could go up to the park and here and there, and they had adult supervision by mentors and all of this and all of that. See, you had all that back then. All that got removed. And none of this stuff is accidental, Martin. All of this stuff has been planned out. It is a plan. And when I was telling people that, I was called a conspiracy theorist. Then stuff started coming to fold. Then I was called a sellout. I'm like, make up your mind. Call me a lie. That's all I want. Tell me I lied. But they ain't been able to do it yet, Martin.
Okay.
The plane has landed.
Thank you. 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808. Come on in, people. Call in. We looking for some callers, some new callers. 872.
Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389.
All right, we're looking for some new callers, Democrat, Republicans. This is a Chicago Politics 101. We definitely need to hear from you. We want to hear what you have to say because a lot of us are on the fence of who we should vote for. And a lot of us are registered Democrats and we still don't know who to vote for because we're undecided. We're undecided. All right. And all right. Somebody said stop putting parents on a third party. Okay. Parenting on the third party. Okay, third party. That's what it said. I want to make sure I read it right. All right, now listen, people. I need you guys to call in. I'm looking for some new callers, and we're talking about Chicago Politics 101. We can talk about the Democrats. We can talk about the Republicans. I'm down for it. We can talk about the Green Party. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. I am definitely down for it. So Guys, let me know.
Mm.
Call in. Oh, there's a caller. I see a caller.
Yeah.
I see one
There
caller
you
just
go.
call in. Again, people, say this number for this caller. Come
Call
on in.
in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389.
All right, we got Helen on the live. Come on, Helen.
Hey, Martin.
What's going on?
Hey, everybody out in Martin's land. Yeah, so I only called in because I believe, didn't Sarge mention something about Dawson Skills Center? Either he mentioned it or I read it. Yeah.
Well,
I
I didn't mention it directly, but indirectly. The Dawson Skills Center. I remember that. Show enough.
And it's still down on 39th. And this was before COVID. I worked for this violence prevention organization, and my responsibilities was to go out and find jobs, schooling, for the young people that was coming into the program. And so I took a visit down at Dawson, and it's still there. It's still there. It has everything that young people need to learn carpentry. I believe it's just carpentry down there. But then I was touring the school, and they had a Commonwealth Edison. It was a class full of young people, maybe 2 or 3 young Black people, but all of them was in this class training for Commonwealth Edison, and it was quite sad that that organization, that institution is right there on that space, 39th, and it's been there for years. And it's still offering the same valuable skills today. And it's not even being utilized. It's not. I toured that school to get information on how to pass out to the community and give the community the information.
Okay.
So I think that's what's missing. It's just a lack of information on what some institutions that's still in our community that is of value.
Wow. Helen, hold that thought for a minute. I got to ask you a question about that, but let me take this call real quick. 7956, come on, caller.
Hey, how you doing, Martin? It's Nathan.
Hey, Nate, what's going on, buddy?
Whatever happened to all the after-school programs for the kids that they used to have back in the day? They had all the services that was going on. I can remember me going to high school. I got my first job from like an after-school program, and they don't have those resources anymore. The aldermen back then would knock door to door and pass out flyers, and now you only see these so-called chicken wing eating aldermen. All they doing is the only time you see them is on when they want to be elected. But then once they get elected, it's like a ghost town. They see all the resources they eat up in the community, and then when the migrants come, they're giving all them the resources that they were promised to us that should belong to us. Why they can't stay in their own country, excuse my French, stay where they at and build where they at, and let us build our own neighborhoods.
Well, let me ask you a question, Nate. Let me ask you all you guys a question. Who you guys think is responsible for taking all these after school programs, these trades after school, these trade centers? Who do you guys think responsible for that? Somebody got to be responsible for removing them.
Budget cut.
That's one.
My grandmother, this is Robin. My grandmother is one that helps start the after school program, and it's a true fact. She started at the Mount Vernon Church over there on 63rd and Vernon. I don't want to misquote it, but my grandmother was a member of the church. My grandmother figured out how to get government funds to fund our children, and I didn't even know that until after she passed away. My grandmother ran an after-school program for the church on 63rd and Champaign, and I think the church is called Mount Vernon, but she ran an after-school program for them through government funds. I didn't even know my grandmother was that intelligent, to be honest, for real. And when I find that out, all I can say is, and my grandmother's a quiet, care person, and I'm actually born and raised in the community of Brainerd. I'm near Oakland, I'm near Beverly. That's where I was raised. Okay. My grandma was a very quiet lady. But after she passed away, to find that out, I didn't even know my grandmother's why y'all have after school programs. I didn't even.
So what was you doing?
Wanted to give.
Why would you? What was you doing if you didn't know what she was doing?
I did not know. The reason why I did not know, one thing is, Martin, you remember I said I stayed in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it right there, young lady.
She passed away.
Yeah. Hold it right there.
Information.
Hold it right there. Let's take this new call. Then I'm gonna go back to Helen. 1549. Come on, caller.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
What was the topic? I kind of came in.
Oh, look at you. Well, just hold on and listen. We're talking about Chicago politics, so it's a broad conversation. So.
Okay.
You want to hold on? Okay, well, just hold on. Just hold on. I'm gonna go back to Helen real quick because I cut off. Go ahead, Helen. Helen, go ahead. Then I'll come back to you, Nate.
Okay, I'm back. So your question was, where and how did all those trade programs leave the high school in the communities? I remember in Harper High School, they had the auto mechanic, and they also had, I think they had wood shop, because I think I took wood shop. I took wood shop. And so in the community, they would fix the cars in the community. I'm not sure what year that was, but yeah, they started taking them out, taking those skills out of the high school. And now I know that you have to go to like suburbs. You have to, it's a big hurdle. It's a lot of hurdles to get in there. It's kind of expensive, and all of the schools are in the suburbs.
Let me ask you a question, Helen. Let me ask one more question. What do we call low wage jobs? What are low wage jobs? Somebody explain that to me. I need somebody to explain it to me.
No, fast food, etc. But when you get a chance to get back to me, Martin, I got something for you. But go ahead.
Anybody on the panel will answer, one person at a time. What are low wage jobs?
CNA. Fast food workers.
Fast food workers.
CNAs.
Okay. Certified nurses.
All because we are low paid. Wait a minute. I am a CNA. And that's all because the union stepped in and took away our time and a half after 8 hours. We were doing double shift, and healthcare was a thriving community.
Listen, right. Hold it, sister.
That's right.
Now, I agree with you, but I just need to name off some low wage jobs. Now, you ain't got to go into all that. I understand.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else? What's a low wage job? No problem. Anybody know what a
parking attendant?
Parking
lot attendant.
Helen, go ahead.
Martin, I'm gonna say a salary that is not comparable to the cost of living.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but I need like a company. So I agree with you on that. It's still
I
below the
know,
pull.
I
Yeah,
know.
I agree with you. I need
But-
so go ahead. I agree with you on
A
that.
company,
No.
Walmart.
I'm gonna stay right there. Yeah.
Okay, so we got CNA, we got Walmart, parking lot attendant, and what else do we have? With somebody said the fast food restaurant.
TSA.
Who?
Gas station.
Gas station, car wash. And what about waitress and waiters?
TSA.
Who?
TSA, and I worked as a waitress. I made more money working as a waitress than I did with the minimum wage.
Okay.
Mm.
So these are low wage jobs, as you guys say, right? Right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these low wage jobs are not going to be around for blacks anymore. It's going to be few and far between. Now, if they take away, which is happening, the low wage jobs, and they taking away what I want to say? Other things such as Section 8 and the low wage jobs, what's going to happen to black people? And the skills and the trades in the school. That's what I wanted to talk about. So because we don't have, we used to have economics. No, we had drafting, economics, we had sewing, we had body and fender,
Welding.
we had welding.
Stipends and all that.
So all of those things are
Stipend.
gone. So Nathan, I'm asking you, how did all these programs leave in these areas? Why did they leave?
They're not gone. The only thing is that we don't have enough to support the program. And that was shocking when I found out today at Kennedy King. So how do we get them to support the program? I asked them and I told them, I said, y'all don't resource no more. I said, look here, when I was in school, if that child was not going to be able to graduate, the teacher, the counselor will put them to the side and say, we recommend the DED program for you because that child did not fit the criteria to just get it, but they still got a cap and gown. You know what I was
Okay.
told? It's no longer offered that way.
Okay. Well, hold it, sister. Hold it.
So
Hold it, sister. Somebody got to mute their phone because I hear something. Stephen says, even some activists have failed the black community too. And that's correct. We say preachers, politicians, activists have failed the community as well. I agree with that. So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
people,
I
If-
agree.
if we
I agree.
if all these low wage jobs, bad enough they're not paying anything, and all the trades are gone out of the schools, out of the black communities, I mean, what else is for us to do?
We're gonna have to
Okay.
build our
I'm
Go
asking
ahead.
y'all a question because I need us to think. I want us to think.
we're gonna have to build because we dependent on them to do it. And if we need some leaders and stuff to come out and bring people together so we need to come together and build. We don't have nothing. And the community I live in, I came in this community 10 years ago, and it was like 3%
has joined.
3% black people, and it was probably about 30% Hispanic. Since I've been here, the school that the Hispanics went to, they closed that down. The stores in the area, they closed it down. But since I've been here, they have opened their own. They opened their own daycare. They opened their own school. So now they don't have to depend on them to have a building. And that's what I was kind of looking at. What we need to do as black people, we need to come together and start trying to build our own stuff. Because they're not giving us.
Okay.
And I just real quick, I just lately I've been following those rappers and stuff with that Diddy stuff, and all that money that they want to put that money and stop making.
Huh?
You breaking up, ma'am. You breaking up. You breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
If we stop supporting these designers and making them rich, and start building something of our own, we would have something. We would have something, but we don't. We follow a trend
Has joined.
that we can't afford,
Okay.
and we could take that money. And if we had a leader that would lead us in that direction, I think we would do better if we knew that.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you say we need a leader? Why can't we just band together? And I'll give you an example. Don't get mad at me, people, when I'm about to say this. Hold it. I know, Helen. I know you're finna go. We got 2 more callers. Listen, that you don't never see one person speaking for the alphabet community. Not one person. It's a group of people. It don't have to be one leader for Black people. It could be a group of us. A group.
Okay.
Because just say if I was a leader, I get shot down. I'm gone. Now we back down to square one. We have a bunch of us together. So if 2 of us get knocked off, the program is still going. That's what I'm saying. So we don't need just no one person. We need many people that's able to lead and to make a difference. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because, I mean, we don't want to have a Martin Luther King effect. We don't want to have a Malcolm X effect. We don't want to have a Marcus Garvey effect. Then when them guys died, well, we said we went back, but we went backwards. Everything that we worked for, marched for, fought for, it was like it's just being taken away. But Helen, go ahead real quick. I got Marcus and another caller. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you got more than that.
Hold it, Sarge. Hold it. Go ahead, Helen.
Okay.
Yeah, Martin. So somebody had, when we talked about a group of people that failed our people, somebody had mentioned activists. So I wanted to speak on that because
Go ahead.
I am an activist here in the city, and I often sit and think like, damn, we failed. We did fail the people. You know, we had that power. But the thing about it, and I always say this, when we went out there to protest Misha, we didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? When Laquan McDonald happened and we all got out there and we got together, we knew that that was a time that we could use an opportunity to try to put the people ahead from where they were. See, it was just too many strong voices, ideas. You know, and everybody that came had their own agenda. And we could never, ever just have that one vision, one mission, one vision, one mission type of attitude. But we wanted what was best. We wanted that. We showed it. But we didn't know how to really get back and plan and sit and talk and have meetings and execute it. Because had we done that, we wouldn't be living with voters' remorse right now. That's my plan, Mr. Land.
All right. 94. I think it's Marcus. Go ahead, Marcus. Thanks for holding, Marcus. I'm sorry to have you to hold along. Go ahead, Marcus.
I'm gonna come on like this. When your enemies are planning how to harm you, God is also planning how to stop them. If you believe that, then you will receive that. When our enemies, who are our enemies? The powers that be.
White folks.
Let's call it for what it is.
White folks.
White supremacy. White folks is our enemy. They've always been plotting to destroy the Black race. And all the time, they fail. They're going to continue to fail because God has his hand on the righteous people. We didn't become violent overnight. We were forced into this violence. We are fighting for survival. And right now, they control these jobs. They're letting these migrants come over here and do DoorDash. So for those of you who order from DoorDash, I've not been paid, but quit ordering from DoorDash. If DoorDash can't hire your people, they're getting rid of your people. They're getting rid of Black people. All these religious agencies are sneakily getting rid of Black people. Quit ordering from them. Go get your own food. Go get your own food. You can shut them down because there's a lot of Black people that order from them. There's a lot of Black folks. There's a lot of young Black folks on house arrest. They can't go get their own food. They order from them. Quit ordering from them. Put the piece of delivery boy back into action. Some of these restaurants have their own delivery partners, but they're hiring these migrants. They say the jobs are out here. Yes, the jobs might be out here, but it's not enough to buy you a home. People don't want to keep paying people rent, dealing with these slumlords, whether they're black or white. People want money to thrive, not just to survive. You want to go out and buy you a brand new car if you need a new car. You want to go out and buy you a home. You want to go out and buy you some clothes. You want to go tour the city. How can you live life when you got this small group of people who are making life a living hell for black people because they hate us? And then they come into our neighborhood and try to tell us about God, asking us, are we saved? The question is, anybody white listening to this that has that racist hatred in their heart, the question is, are you saved? Are you saved by the sins of your fathers and what they've done? You tell us to forget slavery, but you're still doing this to us. We have been fighting this fight ever since before I was even thought of being born. We've been fighting this fight. And these young rappers out here rapping about all this money they got, put your money where your mouth is. You rapping about the hood. Now go help the hood. Build the hood up. But every time we try to do that, the white folks is knocking us down. They're changing the laws. They're changing the playbook. They're figuring out a way to keep us out. We have got to run people who don't belong in our neighborhood out of our neighborhood, like the white folks was running black folks out of Bridgeport and Mount Greenwood. They run us out of there. They use the police. They use everything by every means necessary to run us out. The activists, I agree with Helen on the activists. Some of them came with their own hidden agendas. They came with their own mindset and what they wanted to do. And somewhere along the line, when Jason Van Dyke got convicted, they settled for that little conviction and just forgot about the fight. You don't forget about the fight. The fight ain't over. We still fighting this. They hate us. They don't want us alive. They brought us over here to be slaves, as Martin said. They brought us over here to be slaves, not to be doctors, lawyers, and photographers, and newspaper editors and owners and all of that. They don't want us. They don't see us as a people. They give a roach more justice than they will a black person. A black person abuse a roach, they'll throw him in jail, and I'm telling the truth. They threw Michael Vick in jail for fighting dogs. I don't believe in fighting dogs, but they threw him in jail, not because he was fighting a dog, because he was a black man fighting a dog, because the white folks wrote the book on dog fighting, cock fighting, and every other fighting. They get paid off of this. I just had to say it.
Okay, we got next caller. Hold on, Marcus. 6372. Come on, caller. 6372.
Good evening, Martin.
Good evening.
DJ Street, and to everybody from the panel. I'm just going to listen for a while, and I'll jump in at a certain point.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to come in. Okay, let me know when you're ready to come in. Okay.
Yes,
okay, now listen. So, again, let's get back on these low-wage jobs. Somebody said at some of these plants, low-wage jobs. Now, these jobs are not going to be around. Uber Eats, McDonald's, Kentucky, CNA, housekeeping. These jobs are not going to be around. Our young people are going to have to compete for these jobs that were so readily available. But like Marcus said, we don't need these jobs. We just don't need a job. We need thriving jobs so that we can take care of family, buy a home, a car, automobile. But these jobs are just like a pass-through. So it should be just get you up on your feet until you get your experience up, then you go to the next level. Should be. But these jobs that we're talking about, people, they're no longer going to be. Watch. You can go in some McDonald's right now and you see all Hispanics working in there. Some Popeyes. You could just go to some of these little restaurants, fast food chain restaurant. Is it because black people are lazy? We don't want to work? Is it? And that's not true. Lazy people don't have $1.8 trillion spending power. That's impossible. That is impossible. Lazy people don't work. They don't do nothing. They sit around, probably steal or rob, whatever. But I'm trying to tell us, let us not keep saying black people are lazy. Don't say that. Just say the black people that you know are lazy. There are a lot of people out here that's hard workers. I guarantee you this.
Sarge.
Listen to me on this, people. Listen to this. The block that you live on, and if you live in a predominantly black community, walk up and down that block that you live on and count the amount of cars. And in your mind, count what you think they worth. That's a lot of money. You'll be surprised the money that's in the black community. Don't you know foreigners know if they come in the black community, they're almost willing to risk death to come in the black community to set up a business, to get money, because they know we don't value our money. We spend our money with anybody. Anybody. Remember back during the George Floyd, how the Hispanics and the whites, they came in and tore up our community. But when we tried to go over in the Hispanic neighborhood of Cicero, they had their guns out. Ready, no, y'all can't tie our place up. And see what was good for us, it wasn't good for them. That goes to show you there's a different mindset. But the difference between us is they own a lot of things in their community. We don't own a lot of businesses in our community. What do we own? A few little restaurants, little nail salons, maybe 1 or 2 beauty supplies, maybe 1 cleaners, no gas stations, no corner stores really. It's people. So we have to spend our money, outsource our money with others. It's like a trap. And that's what it is, a trap. My brother, are you ready? 6372. DJ.
Yes, I'll just kind of piggyback on what you were saying about in our communities. I'm into law enforcement.
Okay.
I'm a government law enforcement official. I work over East. And I see a lot of things what everybody's been talking about. I see it happening in real time. I was just at the Dunkin' Donuts just on yesterday, where it used to be a few black people working in there, few white, few Hispanic. It's all illegals. Most of them can't even speak no type of language. I mean, you can't even understand them. But I think what has happened is we've been brainwashed to think that we are poverty and we don't have any money. We have plenty of money. We have a tendency not to invest our money into things that bring us a return.
Preach, brother.
And I think that's been one of our problems. It's not that black folks don't have access to money, don't have money. We spend our money on things that don't bring us return. I'll give you a prime example. I've worked down in Chinatown. If you ever go to Chinatown, they have a saying, money spent at Chinatown stays in Chinatown. Well, let me break that down to what that really means. All day long, they are interacting with each other, spending money with each other. They're empowering each other. There's not one business outside of the Asian community that exists down in Chinatown. They all spend money with each other to empower each other. And they will stand with each other to keep any other race or business from coming down there. And so, as black, and from what I'm seeing from a law enforcement standpoint, and somebody mentioned about the Uber Eats, I just seen it today. They on mini bikes doing Uber Eats, going down one-way streets with their kids on the back of the bike. But because Chicago has been given an order to stand down and pretty much just let them do what they want to do, but this is affecting our community. I'm hoping that people will just wake up and really see what's happening, because they are really our replacement. And now I think many people are seeing it, because here it is. It's happening in real time now. It's happening before our face in real time. So now we're trying to figure out, okay, well, go ahead.
DJ, I want to ask you a question. I want you to continue talking.
Somebody want to talk? Go ahead.
No, just me. I just want to say something. I'm going to let you continue. To our established people that's working, that's not affected by the illegals, they seem to not don't see a problem with the illegals coming in. But I have a problem with that. So what's your thoughts about that, DJ?
Well, I think it affects everybody.
I think it does too.
People, if it don't affect me directly, if a lot of people is like, if it don't affect me directly, I'm kind of blind to it. But see, here it is with the illegal problem as it relates to crime. Even if you don't stay in Chicago, I grew up in Chicago in the Roseland area. I live right now in Indiana, which is a conservative state. But at the same time, I have to work in Chicago. So I can't sit back and say because I come to Indiana and we don't have to deal with these problems, I have to deal with when I come to work. Here's part two to it. I got relatives that live in Chicago. I have a daughter that's a doctor at Cook County Hospital. She stays on the Gold Coast. She had to deal with this. So we all are subject to what is going on with the illegals. And here it is. Contrary to a lot of beliefs, most conservatives is not against, migration. We just want it done legally. And number two, let's be able to put the people first, put Black people first. And I'm all with that. I'm all with that because think about it. With what Chicago has spent, they say almost $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You could take $10 million and put in every community and raise that community with what Chicago has spent on these illegals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bigger issue than that. It's a bigger issue than that. Because what it is this, is that certain parties push certain agendas. And it doesn't matter about the person that's running. You have to look at the agenda. You have to look at the policies because here it is. Character is important. We will never take away from that. But I guarantee you, policies will affect your life worse than somebody's flawed character. And we got to start at least voting from a policy standpoint. What is going to affect your life? What ties into your values and your morals? But we've been kind of just brainwashed because here's my deal, and I heard many of you all say on the show many times. Chicago, Illinois has been Democrat almost 81 years. So this has been a progressive downfall, but people kept voting the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a change in the way we think. And as you said, Martin, a lot of people, if it don't affect me directly, then I'm okay with it. Well, now things are right up in your face. And for most of us, it affects us directly with our jobs. A lot of the illegals are doing crimes that CPD, I know for a fact, has been told to stand down on. They've been told not to report certain things. Like I said, I work for the federal government. I work for law enforcement for the federal government. But I'm out here with CPD, Cook County sheriffs, and unfortunately, they've been told to kind of take a back seat. So there's a bigger issue as it relates to the illegals that's coming over here. But they are taking over. Now, here's my question. I've been working over East for 5 years. I'm familiar with ethics. I'm familiar with Yates.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing less and less of them in this area. So I'm wondering, where are they going? Are they just housing? Because a lot of them are not in the apartments no more. They moved from these apartments that they were in.
Well, let me help you out, sir. Let me help you out. There is a war going on over there in Tarrytown between the migrants and the blacks. That's what's going on. And it's not that you don't see them much. They probably had now because they know it's on over there. So I'm hearing, I know a migrant killed one black person. Somebody says it's up to 2 now, but I'm not sure if it's 2, but I know one migrant killed one person. So it's like a war going on over there. Nobody wants to talk about it. You hear a little bit about it, but it's real. So that's why you seeing them disappear. You're not going to see, you're going to see more female immigrants than men immigrants because they hide now, because they know. So I'm just telling you, that's what the word out in the street, and that's what the issue is. That's why the answer to what you just said. They're probably still there, but they moving secretly and in and out real quick. They're not going to be walking up and down 79th and Yakes and all up and down there like that no more, like they was when they first came. They're real cautious now because they know what time it is. But go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Well, so just last but not least, I'll just encourage people that decide to exercise their right. Vote on policy. Let that be the forefront of whatever way you decide to go, because that's what's going to affect us. It's policy. It's going to affect you more than racism. It's going to affect you more than this and that. The policies that they support. And if their policies add up with your vision or with your values, so be it. But be responsible in the end for our vote. That's all I have to say. God bless you all.
Thank you. Go ahead, Sarge. Go ahead, Sarge. I know you had called back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had to unmute. I had to, because I was running water in the kitchen. Yeah. See, what some people don't know about, and it's no fault of their own, a lot of this going on is because of those before us. When I say us, I mean my generation, right? Those of us that after, everything got desegregated, oh, the white folks' ice cubes are colder in their refrigerator. Let's shop there. Because, see, when I grew up, it was all black businesses in Inglewood, But you got this thing, it's called the Office of Economic Opportunity, right? That's something that came up with Lyndon Baines Johnson with that war on poverty. Now, some people may not know, but you can look it up, and it's right there. You all know Jeff Fort. They got $1 million from that Lyndon Baines organization, 1967. Why give them so much money? Because they wanted them to get rid of Fred Hampton. And that was done by the Democrats in Washington, D.C. Yes, it was. So it's a lot going on that's against Black America. See, it ain't just as simplified as some people try to make it out to be, as they're talking about just white folks. No, it's the government. See, now for me being in the military for the length of time I was in, I learned a lot. I sat there, I was in the spook that sat behind the door mode. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna be ear hustling. And I'm listening to stuff. And it's different things that's happening. And a lot of this stuff was orchestrated by the government. See? Because my first job that I ever had in my life, myself and my buddy, I was in a wood shop, he was in auto shop. They used to get you a job right after high school if you were in a shop class. We both got hired at Major Motors on 63rd and Morgan because the guidance counselor at Robeson High School went over there, talked to them, because you used to have different businesses. They hired high school students fresh out of high school from shop classes. So they put a stop to all that.
Okay,
See, because when they did that,
you can't tell it all, Sarge.
They got a tax break.
Okay. Go ahead, Sarge. Land the plane, man. Land the plane. You can't tell it all.
Okay, I'm going to land the plane right now.
Okay.
At one time, you had businesses that got a tax break because they hired students from these said to be economically disadvantaged neighborhoods. They stopped all that. The government stopped all that. Chicago City Hall. See? And that group that got a sneeze, gave Jeff Fort all that money, thinking he was going to doggone go up against the Black Panthers and do all that stuff there, and he didn't do it. The crooks in City Hall was like, well, we could get that money too. And that was going on all the way up until 1981 when Ronald Reagan ended that whole program. Plane landed.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, we're looking for some more callers. Hold it.
Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389.
I hope some young people are watching because you learned a little history so you could learn. You could learn. It was some great things that was spoken on the panel tonight. I mean, it was some great things. And I appreciate the people that's coming on here and talking. Benjamin L. Nuttall said the Black Panthers was our last hope. Put up there. Now, let me just say this, black people. Now, we so smart, we so intelligent. We know that the white man is doing this, white supremacists is doing this, the government's doing this. What are we going to do about it? How can we counter it? That's the thing. We have to know how to counter every move that they make that try to discredit us, to keep us down. We have to know how to do that. Trust me. We have to know how to do it. What's
Martin,
up? Go ahead. Go ahead,
Martin. If I would jump in and add with Sarge, they cut out a lot of those programs. The Park District used to have trades in it too. But when the current Daly got in, he finished what was started. He closed Washburn Trade School. O.W. Wilson was on the west side. It was another trade school. And then there was another one out here far south. I believe it was Las Casas. It was kind of like a trade school. He closed all of those schools. And everybody is not college material. They put those trades in the colleges like Kennedy King and forcing people to go into the colleges, which they knew a lot of them ain't going to go into the colleges. That was the master plan. But we have enough skilled black men and women out here that's still in the trade that if they put their heads together, they can teach these young kids a trade. I believe if my mother taught me how to cook at 8 years old, you can teach a 12-year-old. He might not be legalized to put brakes on a car, but you can teach a child how to fix a car. It starts in the community. You can teach them how to fix a lawnmower. You can teach them plumbing. You can teach them that. You have to get these kids' attention. It's not that they're not interested. You have to get them their attention. And when they do that hands-on training, it changes their mindset. It makes them want to do it. And they realize they can make money doing this, good money. And then black people, even on my block, all I see is Mexicans cutting the grass. Mexicans cutting the grass. And when you ask the neighbors, well, the blacks, they don't do it right. Just because you had a bad experience with one black person don't mean everybody black is not going to do it right. We need to support our community. We can't let these people bulldoze us. We just can't. It's 4 gas stations over here by my house. At one time, they were all black owned. Now they're owned by the Arab. And a black community and Alderman Ronnie Mosley's ward. Why is that?
Good question. Well, let me ask y'all a question. Now, since we said most of us that was talking here tonight, we was talking about the city of Chicago. The brother said he live in Indiana, but he works in the city on the south side. Now, who is in control of all the politics here in the city of Chicago? What party? What party is in control?
Democrats.
We ain't talking about
Democrats.
national. We talking about right here in the city of Chicago. Democrats.
Democrats.
Black Democrats, white Democrats, progressive, all Democrats are in control. So what does that tell you? It's either it's a conspiracy against black people, or it's time for a change.
Our own people against us.
Yeah. Or it's time for a change. Right here, I'm talking about local politics right now. Local politics. Now, we just can't.
It's been time for.
Yeah. So I want to call him. Hold it, Sarge. I want to call on my brother 6372. Let me see what his response about what I just said. I don't know from a can of paint. 6372.
You're absolutely right, Martin. You're absolutely right. Two of my suggestions would be, especially in the Black community, we have to push with our youth and even our adults, entrepreneurship. I told some people this just today earlier. I believe God has given each and every one of us something that we can do that somebody will pay us for our services. We have become consumers. As I mentioned earlier, I think you mentioned, the Black race spends almost $1.8 trillion. So it's not that we don't have money, it's what we do with it. We're not good stewards over our money. So number one, we have to put entrepreneurship to our children. Number two, we have to try to get with these politicians, because a lot of these politicians in Chicago have sold us out. Let me use, for example, I'm a musician. I play for a lot of churches. I won't say what churches I play for. I won't expose nobody. But the politicians from Chicago to the White House has always used the church as a vehicle to push their agenda. How does that work? I'm glad you asked me that. So most politicians in Chicago, I've seen it happen over the years, because my law enforcement extends from the suburbs to Chicago, and I've seen politicians go to your mid-sized to big churches, promise the bishop or that pastor certain things if you influence your people to vote for me or to vote for my party. And so that's been a vehicle that has been used to kind of mislead our Black people. That's happened through the church. The church has been an inspirational partnership in that. And so with the church not holding the politicians accountable, my deal is this, as somebody said earlier. Why is it that we only see these people every 4 or 2 years? So we have to change the way that we do things. And like I said, I don't fault nobody if you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, vote in your own interest. But how we change that, entrepreneurship for ourselves and our children, put a serious accountability on these politicians, which means I know we got a national election coming up, but it starts locally. People in Chinatown, I'll give you a prime example. I was doing a couple of cases down there about 3 years ago when a certain group of people was robbing these Asian people. Well, if you notice, all that stopped. You want to know why? The Asian people down there in Chinatown put a demand on their politicians, on their constituents.
Tell the truth.
And they got things done.
Devil.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to always have people that sell out. You're going to always have people that betray us. But we have to try to find a median and come together. And sometimes, and I'm hoping that this is not the case, but sometimes I think we as Black people, we have to have a certain amount of pressure to be applied to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm from law enforcement, I'm from martial arts. And I always was taught, pain brings upon compliance, one way or the other. Now, here's the deal. Many people have different thresholds of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Twisting my arm so far, might hurt me, but it might not hurt Martin. But a certain amount of pain will bring compliance.
Eddie.
And so with what we're going through as a race of people, I'm hoping that this will bring us to a point to where we'll be able to start doing some compliance.
Preach, brother.
And come together, hold our people, hold ourselves, get past the division, get past this racism stuff. Because, see, even in the Bible, if we go back biblically, even in the garden, Satan didn't lie to Adam and Eve. He just didn't tell her all the truth. And that's the same tactic that most of your politicians are doing. They're telling you partial truths. And they know we as Black people, we're very emotional. Certain things we gravitate to. And they've used that to influence us to do certain things along with the partnering of the church. But we have to change all that, and we have the ability to. So platforms like what Martin is supplying allows us to have these conversations that we can come together and change our personal, our family, and our political direction to help us as a race of people, because it is about race. You're absolutely right. You say that all the time, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't care about nobody else, but we have to be first.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, here it is. I told people this 2 years ago. it's not enough resources to go around for everybody. They knew that. The city of Chicago knew that. But because of because of their policies, they had to go along with the Democratic Party, with the sanctuary city, with all of this. I'm quite sure Brandon Johnson, Lori Lightfoot, they knew this wasn't a good idea. But one thing I've learned about the Democratic Party, they're very loyal to the cause.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that get in the way of that cause,
And
they'll
shame
get
the
rid of you.
devil.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get rid of you. They're very loyal. And so that thing has happened. I think it starts in our local elections. We got to change things there. And when we do that, then we can come together and we can be able to, like I said, it's going to be a fight. Because I look at these folks each day, these illegal migrants. They are here to stay. They are very cocky. They're not afraid. I mean, I know you say, Martin, a lot of them are afraid. A lot of them are not afraid. And because they know that they have protection against the police, against arrest, against certain things that they're doing. But we're going to have to apply pressure through our vote. That's one of the ways that people say, oh, well, my vote don't count. They're going to do what they want to do. But no, you have to apply pressure. That compliance comes through your vote. Because I'm going to tell you, and I kind of feel this way in a way. A lot of people I've been listening to you for over 3 or 4 months, Martin. A lot of people get on here, they say certain things, but I wonder in my subconscious, how are they going to vote differently when the opportunity comes? Are they just mad now and pissed off, but then eventually later they're going to fall right back in line?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to keep having these conversations because everybody changes at different rates. Some people can hear something one time and be like, damn, I got it. I understand what Sarge is saying. I understand what Martin is saying. Other people got to hear it maybe a dozen times before it sinks in. But one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. Many people are having a upfront and personal experience with life and what's going on and how blacks are being looked over and mistreated. And I think that's going to change people's perception when it comes time to vote. Because now it's up and personal now. It's affecting me personal of somebody I know. That's all I have to say, Mark.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for holding on, Bill. Go ahead, Bill. Bill was holding on for a minute. Thanks, Bill. Go ahead. 4248.
Yeah. Martin, I can't stress enough, man, that now is the time. You've been on this show talking about how serious this was early on when the migrants came. That's the issue at hand right now. And black people have to stick together and make a statement. We already see the vision as far as some of the paths and the people that's selling us out, from Democratic politicians to successful people in entertainment. But as a whole, it's like you got to make a stand and a statement, because those people are here to replace us. I don't care how anybody could look at it. We already been at we were the biggest minority in America, and now they're trying to push us down to 3rd and 4th. And I just don't get it, man. Years ago, a call being made and platform just say WVON, put the information that you're putting out right now, it would be everybody black voting, making it take a stand and voting for the opposite. And not only would you be making a stand, you will be getting the respect of the Republicans. This is not a time to sit on a couch and not vote. It's to make a statement. And if we don't, we won't even have the respect of the Republican Party. I'm not saying they're great, but it's the principality of it. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you, brother. 9812. Come on, caller. 9812.
All right.
Thank you for holding.
Everybody good?
Thank you for holding. Thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just wanted to comment. First of all, as our community, the reality, this politicians and churches, you might as well forget about that because you can't count on either one of them. All of them about the money in this world. We get people that preachers or even politicians, once they get to a certain level, they chasing money. They get about character and conscience, they could care less about our people. So when it comes down to it, unless we can get a grassroots movement of people, we totally dependent on the other man. We ain't got no control. We don't grow our own food. We ain't got no bank. We ain't got no hospital if we get sick. We got to go to them for everything we need. It's been a situation since Elijah Muhammad tried to get us to get more independent and have our own stuff, but we steadily rely on they going to do us right. It'll never change as long as we still with this system. Most of the groups from the Black Panthers to all the other groups that fought against the United States government was trying to get us a different kind of perspective, which will never change. Now you got a President Obama who said he was going to help us out, whatever. He didn't do nothing. Whatever this lady running now ain't got no intention of doing nothing for us. It's all about policy. When they running for office, whoever they is, if they ain't not coming to community, that's how Lori Lightfoot got in there. She had no connection with the South Side and West Side. So she went around with Willie Wilson and them five boys, stepping in other spots, trying to show her face on our side of town. And then she came over with a little credibility. But when she got in there, she showed who she was. So anybody that's a politician, you can count them out. And that's the only thing we can do is withhold our money and try to put money on supporting each other. And eventually when we get black capital as one whole and try to do more with it, because once we allow them people to get hold of our money, we're done. Because they'll never let us build our own, ladder to climb out this hole we're in. They don't trust. We never should trust them in the first place. The whole point of bringing us here was our demise. And then over years, they still like us to entertain them with singing and dancing and actors and athletes. Mm-hmm. They want that out of the deal, but they don't want us to, if you talk about a black doctor who can cure a disease or something like that, they're going to sweep that under the rug. They don't want to hear nothing about us doing positive things. Even when the guys went out of space, they had women in there figuring all the calculations for them to do that, and they never mentioned that. For years later, we find out these things. So when we start looking at, a lot of times we put our interest in politics and money. I know a lot of people I know that follow Kamala, giving their hard-earned money, but to somebody who's a millionaire, which makes no sense to me. If you struggle and giving your money to a rich preacher or to a rich politician to help them out on their cause, which would never be your cause, so why are you wasting your time? So basically all I'll say is, we got to think black, live black. Black is a conscience, not a color. Until we get together as for real and put our money where our mouth is, ain't nothing going to change. These politicians will be brought out for a quarter. They don't give a damn about us. And anybody out there, as far as what they call themselves black on the outside, when they tell you that they black in the first place, that's already some bullshit. Excuse me, but they ain't trying to be real with you. If you a real brother or sister, you ain't got to tell them who it is. You show who you are. So that's all I got to say, brother.
Okay, thank you for your call, brother. We got another caller, 0291. Go ahead, caller. You're live, uncut, unedited.
Hey, Martin, it's Mother Diva.
Hey, Mother Diva, how you doing?
I'm good. It's interesting that you're talking about this tonight. And just like Sarge and I are both for house music, and when he said he was running some water, I was running water too. I was cleaning up while I was listening to you. And what I find very interesting about this whole conversation is what has happened in the country and in our communities is people have relinquished their power to the powers that be. We have to keep in mind that every single one of us has the attribute of power. And we have to learn how to organize and withdraw our dollars from people who are disrespecting and mistreating our community. Now, let me talk about these migrants. Now, I was very upset when I found out, and I don't know if you know this, I don't know what even Sarge knows, because he keeps in contact with what's going on in Chicago, but Governor Chubby and them decided to give these migrants driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
They made a conscious decision to give these migrants driver's license. Now, I was discussing this with a lady on Instagram,
And I said, you know what? I can't wait to move out of Illinois because my goal is to move up to Michigan because I got some stuff going on up there. And I said, no. And she said, well, that's good that the migrants got driver's licenses. That means they're registered and they could get insurance. I'm like, lady, do you understand? I mean, she lives down in Georgia. She's down there in Georgia where it starts. I'm like, are you serious? That's not how that's going to work. And now you had a caller that called in. I have to disagree with something. These people have money. You know, I used to think that way. I used to think these migrants are taking resources from, you know, hardworking American citizens. They're not taking resources from hardworking American citizens. You know why? Because the government has plenty of money. This is the richest country in the world, Martin. And what we allegedly don't have, the Federal Reserve Bank can print it up. Now, if you go back and look at Alderman Lopez, when he was at the city council, when they were fighting about these migrants coming in, he stood up with the financial records. And he said, look, we got $700 million in surplus that was left over from the COVID money. See, what happened was the federal government gave money to these sanctuary cities to take care of these migrants. And what has happened in a lot of these situations, these third-party disbursement individuals are stealing the money. I remember when all the money was coming in and they were still at the police station. Why are these people at the police station still living there? And residents are going down there feeling sorry for them and giving them blankets and diapers and helping them out. And they should have been doing that. And what qualifies a migrant to get $13,000 in food stamps? What church are you feeding? That is such a slap in the face. And African American people have to stop allowing these people to disrespect them. Withdraw your dollars from their corporate. Stop shopping corporate. If we gonna protest, then withdraw your dollars. All these protests in the street and, you know, picket signs and all of that ain't gonna do nothing. Stop. I bet you if every African-American person in this country stopped shopping at Walmart, God's gonna do something. Let's go back to the Alabama bus boycott, Martin. What happened? Black people could not sit where they wanted to on that bus, and they said, you know what? We pay our dime like everybody else. And guess what? We ain't gonna ride your bus no more. And Black people got together and they started marching, or they started carpooling, taking cabs, walking. And when the bus company lost money, it's not that they changed their racist behavior. They didn't change their racist behavior. They saw that they couldn't make no more money because the Black dollar is the most powerful dollar in this world. And they know it. And you know what surprised me? When these migrants started coming in here, as much crime as the city has had amongst each other. You know, you have beefs in the street and street hoods and all of that. They fighting and killing and shooting with each other. You didn't hear many stories about them messing with the migrants. See, they didn't protect their community. The community needed to be protected. You had people, migrants going into people's yards and throwing trash, senior citizens complaining because they were being disrespectful. And all of that was because it wasn't organized. There should have been, and I've been saying this for the last couple of years, there should have been some type of town hall between the migrants and the residents so they could explain to them, if you're going to live in our community, these are the rules and regulations. There's no communication whatsoever. And it's a shame because now you have a lot of the jobs that regular American taxpaying citizens, now what they trying to do, push people out because they could get them for cheap labor. All of this is by design.
You don't see nothing wrong with that?
Said about
You don't see anything wrong with that? Mama?
Of course. What do you mean?
I'm just asking, Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about design. And what you were saying about the Democrats. You know what? Let me tell you something. If you look at the red community, a lot of the red communities don't go through the same as the blue community. Now, let's take Indiana. You had the young man on from Indiana. Indiana is a red state, but the city of Gary is a blue city. Now, Eddie Melton is trying to do good things to turn that city around, but it made no sense that for the past 50-some years, and the reason I put 50-some years on it is because in 1971 is when Gary broke off and a part of Gary became Maryville. See, it was all Gary, Indiana. Mm-hmm. But in 1971, there was a part of Gary that said, nope, we're going to break off and become our own city. See? So it's a shame that city was just, dilapidated all these years. It makes no sense. See?
Still a waste zone.
Yeah. And they're doing the best they can now, with the new mayor and his team, and they're on top of stuff right now because people are going to Gary and dumping dead bodies, dead animals. It's like if you're trying to get rid of something, just drop it off in Gary. And they're trying to change that reputation. But the bottom line is, my whole point is that, there's a lot of conversation, but what is the solution? And the only solution is to withdraw. People need to come together and they need to withdraw their dollars from these corporations. They need to withdraw their dollars because the government they don't care. How is it that a senior citizen on a fixed income only qualifies for $10 in food stamps, registered voter, been voting for 69 years? Some of them have taken jobs at the grocery store just to make ends meet, but you're going to give a migrant $13,000 in food stamps? That should have been enough. Okay?
That's a brand new car.
That should have been enough for the community to come together and say, no, we're not going to take this. We're not going to take this at all. See, everybody needs to come together. If you want to protest, we need to all get together, go to Congress where they had the insurrection. And you know what? Let me tell you something about an insurrection. There have been insurrections going on in the street for years. They just don't use up. Listen, when during George, and why is it every 4 years there's always an issue that the Democrats try to highlight? In 2020, it was George Floyd. This year, it was the lady that got killed by the police in Springfield. They always try to find an agenda to shed light, to draw attention to themselves, because it's just a trick to try to get your vote. And the church has no church has any business allowing candidates to come in and speak, because that means you've been bought by that candidate. That candidate made a big donation, and that's why you let them come into church. And that church, that's supposed to be about saving souls, okay?
No, they're trying to get that stadium built. They're trying to get that stadium built to draw more souls in there, to draw more dollars. That ain't about saving. I'm not speaking to your little church, Martin. I'm just telling it like it is. All these churches, pastors are trying to get that money.
What happened to separation of church and state? They ain't supposed to be no church no way.
They don't believe in that no more. It's not about God no more. It's about money.
It ain't about law.
It's about money and it ain't a thing funny. It's about money and ain't a thing funny. This is America.
Mother Diva was on point. She was on point when she said, look at Gary. Indiana is a red state. Look at everything in Indiana, then look at Gary. Hello.
Blue.
Well, I can't wait till they have it.
That's why I know what's going on.
Preach, sister, preach.
Well,
Okay, and wait a minute, Martin, let me tell you this. I don't know if y'all remember this, but see, the problem also, too, is you have these low-grade Nubians, that's another word for African-American or black, that sell their own people out, and I'm going to put it out there, like Senator Meeks and Hermine Hartman. What they did in 2014 with this government race was atrocious. Bruce Runner paid them off to get the black vote. Sure did.
Now, Mother Diva, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Did you notice how hard Alan King is campaigning for Kamala Harris, and it's so much harder than he campaigned for his own wife when she ran for mayor of Chicago? Talk to me quick. Don't talk to me slow.
I don't know nothing about that, Sarge.
Tell the
I
truth.
didn't know he was campaigning for him.
The devil.
Talk to me quick. Don't talk to me slick.
All I know is y'all got it going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's hot.
Okay.
I'll have to go look into that. I didn't know Alan King was campaigning for Kamala that hard. He is a lawyer by day and DJ by night. I have to go look into that.
Okay.
But
all right. We're gonna hold it right there. I think.
Martin, wait, real quick, Martin. I wanted to make another comment about you talking about supporting African American businesses.
That's
because I remember when you did a protest and you shut that Asian nail salon down for, the violence that they had created in the community. And so, that Martin is going to be coming out here tomorrow to support a African American owned nail salon. I don't want to say the name because I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to promote something without your permission. But I just wanted to put that out there because you do practice what you preach, and I appreciate that.
Well, we all got to learn how to do that and more effective. All right, people, I'm gonna leave it right there. I mean, it's been a great show. Nothing else need to be said. No argument tonight. Nobody got cussed out. Nobody got called stupid. We disagreed a little bit, but that's okay. Did nobody fall out? We didn't know temperature, none of that. So I listen, I appreciate for a great panel tonight. Some spoke, some talked longer than others, but that's okay. It balanced all out. Y'all already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live,
Call
uncut,
me, Sarge.
unedited.
Get my number
Tell
and
the
call
truth
me off of Instagram.
and shame the devil.
I love
Okay, Martin,
Yeah.
Martin, you got to send me Mother Diva's number. My
Okay.
number's still the same.
I got